Can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did she have to fight a dragon?
Nope, she bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
DJ PK, it's 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone. We're joined now by RJ Young, national college football writer and analyst for Fox Sports. RJ, good morning.
Good morning.
RJ, you have this job because you don't like sports and games and athletes and coaches. You thrive on courtrooms, drama, and controversy. Am I right?
It certainly feels that way, especially given this summer, man. I mean, when you put all of this stuff together, I actually was writing a column about this for Fox Sports you can go check out, just in as far as what we have been through with administrations, with tampering, with hearings about this and that. My job has mostly become one where I can tell you exactly who runs college football. Would you like to know?
Sure, the local judge.
There you go. There it is.
I'm looking at your Twitter.
That's it, man. I mean, look, I never thought it would get to there because we all think about, like, what would we do as commissioner, right? But in this way, they get to be commissioner for a day, and their commissioning lasts for however long it's going to last. And Brendan Sorsby, man, that's the latest and worst of the commissioner ruling so far. And that's the other thing. Is it going to get worse? I don't know. Maybe.
Well, you know, we talk about how the cornerback is out on an island trying to guard some big-time receiver, and that could be a difficult job. And it seems like Texas Tech is that cornerback where they are out on an island and everybody and their dog is coming down on them on this issue in their support of Sorsby. And it looks like, well, gambling be damned, we're playing to win, and if you don't like it, tough. And so with that in mind, with your action being so dominant, negative towards Texas Tech, what do you think the chances are they just throw up their hands and say, hey, we've rethought this, and it's not in the best interest of our young man, of our football program, of the game of college football, and so he does not play?
Wouldn't that be the cool thing to do? Wouldn't that be the classy thing to do? Nothing that Texas Tech has done so far has been cool or classy. It has been a roughneck with a little bit of money. Now showing up to the tables, now showing up to the restaurant saying, okay, I demand good service now. I have enough money to buy out this entire restaurant. You treat me like you treat everyone else. But hey, the money gets you in the door. You still got to have some courtesy and politeness about this. And Texas Tech is flaunting its nose at all of this. I mean, this being your analogy, I'm going to fix it a little bit. Well, I'm going to play with it a little bit, right? And say cornerback on an island. It's not so necessarily being a cornerback on an island. It is a cornerback on an island who is committing pass interference, grabbing, pushing the base mask, pulling, throwing the wide receiver down. And there's a different side judge every single time. And that side judge is like, I don't think that's pass interference. And the rest of us are like, wait, can we see pass interference in the dictionary? And this is one of those. We have a player who is the first we know about that bet on his own team and is being allowed to play football. We have a player that allegedly broke multiple state wagering laws who's being allowed to play college football. We have a player who has bet more than 90 grand over 10,000 times, who has an addiction, who needs help, who's being allowed to play college football. And it's not even that people have been ganging up. It's we have to protect the integrity of our team and our sport. So we can't afford to be playing football or any other sport with Texas Tech. And that's where the Big 10, Big 12, and even Georgia's AD have got, we got to have these real conversations. We might not be able to participate in these sports with them if this is how they're going to get down. Because now it's not just Brendan Sorsby. It's this going, we're fine if it's our guy that was gambling on games, gambling on his own team. We're not if it was your guy. I don't think that the rest of college football is going to put up with that for very long.
Does Texas Tech have the stomach to be on an island? I mean, the whole collegial thing, and you walk in a room and everybody walks to the other side of the room and you're getting side eyes going up and down the hallway at every convention. Do they really want that?
Yeah, they have the stomach for it for now. It's June. It's June. Well, the way this goes is we got Big 12 media days in July.
Yeah.
I doubt they bring Brendan Sorsby. But every single coach and every single player will be asked, hey, what do you think about this in one way, shape, or form? You're not running from this. When they play Oregon State or ain't played nobody conference member Abilene Christian, they'll be asked about this. This is the story. This is as big as Michigan in 2023, getting caught cheating going, we're sticking to being who we are. So when you ask, do they have a stomach? Yes. But this follows them forever. And do you really want to talk about this forever? No. So you're going to get hostile about it. You're going to get angry about it. You're going to say, hey, the courts decided to try to pass the buck on this. But generally speaking, people have the stomach for winning. If they're winning, they will put up with whatever it is that we have to say. It's not about what they're willing to put up with. It's what we're willing to allow.
Yeah, you are so right. We go down there and broadcast for both days because we got BYU and Utah, and they split them up one day, the next, and then vice versa. And I was thinking about this yesterday, obviously, that this is going to be the dominant story. We're barely going to be talking about football. When Yormark gets up there and makes his presentation at the Star, this is going to be the overwhelming topic. They're going to try to downplay it, but the rest of us who don't have an allegiance to the Big 12 in terms of getting paid by them, and they don't set the agenda for us, this is all we're going to want to talk about. And it's only a month away. And Joey McGuire is going to no one's going to talk about the 15 transfers that you spend $20 million on. That's going to be secondary. This is going to be the overwhelming story. It's going to be a huge black eye on the Big 12 where we're not even talking football when we're down there when we're supposed to be talking football.
I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. And I don't fault anybody in the Big 12 for any of this, right? Like Sonny Dykes is actually loud about it. He's a Texas Tech grad, coaches Texas Christian. He's going, we lost the soul of the sport. We lost the soul of the sport because a local judge in Lubbock County, retired 2019, believes that it is in the best interest of Brendan Sorsby to play football rather than to permanently make him ineligible. And this all comes back from kind of a precedent that the NCAA set. And the NCAA's enforcement arm kind of sucks, right? It doesn't really get to do much. But in 2025, Indiana volleyball assistant coach Brett Agnew was found to have placed more than 700 bets, including 27 on football and men's basketball, totaling $327,000 over 5 months. And he got a 2-year show cause, a 10-game suspension, and a public reprimand. The point there is that he was not permanently banned for his action betting on sports. He doesn't work in NCAA volleyball. Last I checked, he was at Indy Ignite coaching women's volleyball there. But I think that's the thing. It was because they pulled back just a little bit on a guy that did something as egregious as Brendan Sorsby was dealing with this. Now, if you're Brett Yormark and you know that, you have to come to your members and go, okay, so maybe the SEC, maybe the Big Ten got an idea here. We should all break away and make our own rules that we can enforce on each other. Because if they're just going to use lawyers and judges to go look at precedents of what the NCAA's done over the past 100+ years, we all might be up a creek here. And not for nothing, we're not talking about Brendan Sorsby and Texas Tech here today because we want to, or what that we're going to want to in July. It's because that's what our listeners and readers are going to demand. This is the biggest story to them. They want to know about this. They don't give a damn anymore that Kirk Francis is QB3 at Texas Tech when he got there, went to the University of Tulsa, and he's going to have to start against Oregon State and Abilene Christian. They only care that Brendan Schwartz is probably going to be on the sideline in a Red Raiders hat when he shouldn't be.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's room of choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
I sold my car in Carvana last night.
Well, that's cool.
No, you don't understand. It went perfectly. Real offer, down to the penny. They're picking it up tomorrow. Nothing went wrong.
So, what's the problem?
That is the problem. Nothing in my life goes as smoothly. I'm waiting for the catch.
Maybe there's no catch.
That's exactly what a catch would want me to think.
Wow, you need to relax.
I need to knock on wood. Do we have wood? Is this table wood?
I think it's laminate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's close enough.
Car selling without a catch. Sell your car today on
Car Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Finding ways to be financially savvy is a smart move, and knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream home or new ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
What do you think the Big 12 commissioner is going to do? Who's going to lead the charge? Is there a school that you've heard is super fired up about this? I mean, the Big 12, they're mad. They want to take a stand. It's one of their own, so maybe they have to be a little careful about long-term relationships, but the short-term interest is so powerful, maybe they really go to town here. Who's going to lead the charge, and what are they going to do? What can they do?
I don't think there's much to do here this close to the season. The NCAA is already appealing, but that appeal probably will not be heard in Texas court for at least 9 months, which basically gives Brendan Sorsby ultimate relief. You can publicly reprimand them, but you should have done that already when they tried to reinstate him after making him ineligible. You can stop your feet. You can try to ostracize them, but I think this is going to be as chilly as it was when Oklahoma and Texas decided to leave for the SEC. Didn't mean anybody didn't play them. Didn't mean that anybody liked them either. It's just we're voicing our opinion about what you did, and Texas Tech would be like, fine, cool, whatever. Are we playing football? Stop the ball now. And that's where they're going to live. They're going to thrive on that. And if you really, really, really hate what Texas Tech has done, the only thing that you can do this year is beat the snot out of them. In every single sport you got to play. And you can remind them that, hey, you did this, and now we have more of an incentive to want to beat you, and ain't nobody going to like you for some time.
Can there be some good come about this? You already talked about maybe breaking away and forming some form of own body in which the legislation then has teeth. I'm wondering if that's something that maybe when we look back and say, well, at least there was a positive.
Yes, but it is all long-term, right? None of it is going to help us feel better about what's going on. It is the education of athletes in gambling, the education of fans in gambling. It is really making those lines even brighter as it denotes those things. But I don't think that there's going to be a big overarching change in who governs the sport. Like the NCAA governs the sport because nobody else wants to. It's a thankless job. Nobody likes doing it. And teams generally like the rules unless they're applied to them, right? And then they want to go sue people. I think in as far as what it is that this sport is becoming and how it is being professionalized, maybe we get quicker to a CBA and a union that won't have any teeth with a transient population every 5 years. But you get closer to making the model look more like the NFL. And if the model looked more like the NFL and you had a real-life commissioner, something like this happens, say, Deflategate, we know that an arbiter would go, well, in your system, Roger Goodell has the say over what happens to Tom Brady. And that's what happened, and that's what we're missing. Perhaps we get there. But I have yet to meet someone that we can all agree on that should have the job that wants the job. Like we all go, Nick Saban should be commissioner. He don't want this job with all his heart. He just wants to be on television and tell us all what's broken about it. But he don't want to be the dude doing the fixing and punishing. I do the job, but ain't enough people going to agree on that down the line. I think as we get closer and closer to things like this really getting on our skin, and we get these administrators in a room that say, okay, enough. We got to agree on who could actually be the guy to be over the top of our sport, be our Adam Silver, be our Roger Goodell. Maybe this is the thing that does it. I don't think it is, but it certainly will get us closer to it because nobody's having any fun, guys.
When you talk about a union and a collective bargaining agreement, what is the players' motivation for doing it? I mean, the baseball players don't – they can get locked out. So they don't want a salary cap. I don't know why college athletes – they get to move every year, and there's a bidding war for them. Why would they agree to a CBA? What's in it for them?
They wouldn't. They wouldn't. Like, that's just it. They would not. There's very, very little that is in it for the student athlete, which I think is a very good point that not enough people raise. I'm glad you raised it, though, because it's what I think about all the time. Look, the reason that the sport needs one is so that the rules are easily applied. The reason a college athlete looked at this and it's like this Brendan Sorsby outcome, it's the best possible outcome for a player. because, oh, okay, cool. The rules that I can actually bend or break just got a little bit broader. So how would you get something like this to form? The worst part about this is about 5 years ago, a group of players from Northwestern came up with an idea to make a union, try to get it past the National Labor Board. It was like, we actually think it's in the best interest of us long term, and we think that the NCAA and college football benefits from this. And they said no, because the short-term pain of having a union where you would have to pay them, revenue share and all these things, just didn't seem like anything that the rest of us wanted to go through. Now that House First NCAA is online, everyone's like, oh, wait, that union thing, can we do it? And the players are like, no, you said screw us. And frankly, this is working for us. Why would we change? It's a very good question, and I don't think that they would willingly.
Cody Campbell, the mega booster for Texas Tech, who's the Board of Regents chairman and all that stuff, and is writing op-eds for USA Today, trying to get reform in college sports. He comes off as a statesman, but then on the other hand, he's going on social media arguing with fans. In my mind, this whole thing damages his credibility, and he's just a fanboy who wants to win, and he happens to be rich. On the other hand, he wants to reform the entire landscape of college sports, which sounds like it's a good deal. But I think this is making him look bad. What do you think?
I think Cody Campbell is doing what's in the best interest of Texas Tech. I think he has never hidden that. I think from the moment he sold his oil company for $4 billion and basically said to everybody, Texas Tech sports is about to get a lot better, he's kept his word. Opening the Sports Broadcasting Act so that we don't have competing big-time college football games is a great idea on its face. You can understand why the networks are like, no, because you go back to 1984 and the NCAA lawsuit with Oklahoma and Georgia going, we would like to sue the NCAA for the right to play on national television anytime a network wants to have us. You get the formation of television conferences like the Big 12, extension of other conferences like SEC, Big 10, so forth. And as far as what Cody Campbell is doing, I got a hard time really laying this at his feet because I'm here to tell you, man, I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was raised a Sooner, right? I get hell because I don't talk or say enough good stuff about Oklahoma, right? It's like, where are you from? Most fans, given the kind of money and the kind of stroke that Cody Campbell hasn't found for himself, are going to do exactly what he's doing. There are things that they genuinely would like to see fixed, and there are things that they genuinely would like to see with OU that would go win. So they're going to work in both of those interests as they see fit because it's their money, it's their time. Now, I think that dude's taken up a lot of our time and a lot of our conversation for that reason. So I submit to you that, in the state of Oklahoma, we got about 4 million plus people, and they're all head coaches. But one of them getting paid to coach at OU, right? Make one of those folks a mega booster like Cody Campbell, you're probably going to get similar results. And as far as what he is saying, I'm not as interested, right? I'm more interested in how far down the line this goes and how long he continues to stick with the program being their Boone Pickens. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with this idea, but boosters get old. Boosters go away. What will be left after he gets there? Because Texas Tech will still be on the mid-con, and we'll still be getting oil and gas out of the ground there. I don't see a long term on this one. They're good now. They will be for a little bit longer. But the impact he's going to have on the sport is the one that any boosters had on the sport for the last 100 years.
If Sorsby ends up playing, neither PK or I expect that. And maybe that's just a blind spot from me watching college football for so long, and that's usually how these things play out with gambling. You go away, you get suspended. So I don't think he's going to play, but if he does play, there'll be, on one hand, a lot of people want to boo him the second he comes out for warm-ups. There'll be another group saying that is just bad for his mental health. It shouldn't be like that. You don't have to like it. What do you think it's going to be like in road stadiums when he plays, and what's he going to have to handle, and what do you think his ability to handle that would be like?
I don't know about his ability to handle it because, frankly, he's never been in this situation before, but he is going to get the best haterade that could possibly be stirred and distributed at every single away stadium he visits. That's without question. That's whether or not he's on the football field. I genuinely believe he will play football. He will play football. He will start their third game. He is good enough, right, to make them good enough. I was watching what the sports book did. One, made Texas Tech odds to win the national championship 18-1 with him. 14-1 with him, and him at 18-1 to get the Heisman. I'd short the Heisman. Heisman voters are going. They vote their feelings. They don't like this. He's not winning the Heisman Trophy, even if he goes from 5,000 yards to 50. KD, it's not happening. But, again, I'm from Oklahoma, which is, say, Southwest Conference, Big 12 Conference, now the SEC. Guys, I learned from Sooner fans that Alex Gillespie was born in the Soviet Union. You know how many hammers and sickles we're going to see at stadiums when Alex Gillespie comes to town because you happen to be the head coach at Auburn? Fans are going to go out on this. Now, his ability to handle it, hey, man, I think that they're going to hide him. I think they're going to do everything they can to take care of him. I don't think he's going to crack on the football field. I think it'll be at the end of this is very hard, but also at the end of this, he's in a good spot in as far as them taking care of him. And if there is a good thing to come out of this, honestly, I did not expect a university like Texas Tech to wrap its arms around a player like Brendan Sorsby, given this guilt, given this charge. That's been remarkable to see. We're all going to, they're paying him a lot of money to play football, and that's easy to do. But I also got to say, I've never seen this before. I've never seen someone be this wrong in their actions, and an institution like Texas Tech, lockstep, go, nope, this is one of our guys. We love him to death. We know he did that. What he did was wrong. We're still going to back him to the wall no matter what you say. Families everywhere, I think, can learn from that and also appreciate that. We just, hey, Texas Tech, we wish you would have wrapped your arms around somebody else.
We'll leave it right there, RJ. We appreciate your time and all your energy. Thanks for coming on, all sorts of fired up about college football.
Thanks, DJ. Talk to you guys soon.
RJ Young, national college football writer and analyst for Fox Sports. DJ and PK brought to you in part by RGS Exteriors. Join Scotty G and the coach Tim Lacombe tomorrow from 10 to 2 at RGS Exteriors at 4235 Farm Road in West Jordan. When we come back, everything you missed in this show, NBA Finals Game 3, the Spurs get a W. We will get to that. Stay with us.
Summer is all about freedom, fun, and growing up. And between the ages of 9 and 13, kids are starting to form their views about alcohol. With more independence, their still developing brains need more guidance and support than ever. That's why summer is the perfect time to stay connected and plan fun, safe family activities together. Research shows kids who spend quality time with their parents doing what they enjoy are less likely to drink underage. And when kids feel close to you, they're more likely to listen, especially when you set clear expectations. In fact, kids who drink before 15 are far more likely to struggle with alcohol later. This summer, create a no-bummer summer with fun, alcohol-free activities for your kids. Go to summer.parentsempowered.org to take a quick quiz and discover ideas tailored to your family. A little time together can make a big difference. For more information and to learn more about how to prevent underage drinking, visit parentsempowered.org.
Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm going to give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car is gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.